We're Will
and James,
fiancés, world travelers,
and your out traveler tour guide.
Last year was tough. Vacations were canceled, being replaced with extreme wanderlust and severe cabin fever.
Now the world is finally reopening, and we are ready to pack our bags, travel across the country, and see how local businesses and communities are ready to welcome back travelers.
Join us as we hit the road to visit our favorite LGBTQ destinations, because it's time to get back out there.
We can't think of a better way to welcome LGBTQ travelers than with the iconic Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas.
From the show-stopping performances from your favorite drag queens, from fine dining to nightlife to casinos, Vegas has it all.
Vegas has always been a top destination for LGBTQ travelers, and we're looking forward to experiencing Viva Las Vegas.
We know the saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but not anymore. Come along with us as we get back out there.
The Vegas Strip is known for its colorful neon lights like this one, which is why we're kicking off our trip with the Neon Museum to learn more about the LGBT history here in the community.
I'm Dawn Merritt. I am the Chief Marketing Officer here at the Neon Museum in fabulous Las Vegas. The Neon Museum is where signs come for a new life. We are a museum that provides history of the signs, as well as the city and the art and architecture that is behind them, as well as the people who design them and the stories that they have to tell. So if you're new to Las Vegas, we say come here and you'll learn all about the history of Las Vegas. Las Vegas continually, like Madonna, reinvents itself so that people will come back to us over and over again. So what they would do is implode the signs and the hotels and the casinos, and we were losing so much history. And someone said, we have to start preserving that. And that's how the Neon Museum was born. And so that's why it's very important for people to come here and learn all about what's no longer around. We have a lot of signs in our collection that are related to LGBTQ performers in town. Kenny Kerr, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was famous for his boylesque show at the Silver Slipper, and his great impersonations were Barbra Streisand, Carol Channing, and Diana Ross. And I've seen the show. Well, I saw the show when it was open, and you would swear that's who you were seeing. But behind me is the Sahara, and what happened at this hotel is there was a controversial transgender performer named Christine Jorgensen, who had the biggest personality in the world. She had a show there that drew standing room only crowds. And so, you know, it just started there. The Stardust was the site of an AIDS benefit. It was one of the first ones in town. It drew some big name performers, but it also allowed the performers from the shows that were in town to do something different. They donated their time to do the choreography, to do the costumes, to perform. Everybody donated their time for the showroom. A lot of the local community theater people were invited to perform in it, and it raised a lot of money to help raise awareness as well as try to find a cure. Our oldest one dates back to the 1930s, and it was actually the site of one of the first female impersonator shows in town, which was 1938. It's called the Green Shack. So we talked about the Green Shack. The sign we have is from the 1930s, so it was a very old establishment. And they were the first site of a female impersonation show. This man impersonated Pearl Bailey, I believe, and that was 1938. That was a long time ago, and it was well received, and people were clamoring to get in to see it. We have so many different people that have contributed to Las Vegas, and sometimes they're overlooked. So it's important that we recognize that it's a melting pot. People come here from everywhere, and they all contribute. I mean, I know people that were born here, but generally speaking, most of the times when you say where you're from, they're not from here. So it's important for that.
I'm Coco Montrese. A lot of people know me from TV, from reality TV. I've been performing in the art of female impersonation for 28 years now. What I love most about being a drag performer is I can actually be someone other than myself. With performing and what we've gone through in the past year, which has been really, really tough, I think now that I know that drag and all art forms will be able to survive because people are now not taking it for granted. Before, I think because we had it at our fingertips for so long without any interruption, without anything taken from us, that we were taking it for granted. Like, oh, well, you know, we don't see the show this week, we can see it next week. And when that changed, I think the appreciation for the art changed too. I think it changed for the better, actually. Right now I have shows here at the Garden Las Vegas, which is a wonderful LGBTQ safe place. And there's also Area 15, which is a new spot, and although it's not a LGBTQ place, it still is very accepting, and they're actually bringing in, you know, more LGBTQ performance like that. Draganza is a huge variety spectacular of drag performances, all kinds of drag performances, and it happens at Area 15 on Fridays. There's 2 shows, there's a 7 and a 9. I advise that you get the tickets really early because the show sells out, and a lot of people are upset because they come to town. It's a really, really spectacular show.
Was insane. You definitely immersed yourself into the art, which felt like you were entering a portal, which is the whole point of this entire experience. I loved it from start to finish.
I also really love that it's so simple with a spiral or one of those balls you played with as a child. Then you add mirrors and lights and stuff, and it makes this really awesome portal that you go into. It was very cool.
Area 15 was incredible, and we barely skimmed the surface. There are so many experiences here, and I look forward to coming back.
No matter if you like food, experiences, you like shopping, there's something for everybody. Everywhere you look, there's something new to experience.
It's incredibly immersive, but not only that, sensory overload. I'm really glad that we were able to experience The Beast, which is a Todd English restaurant. He's a James Beard Award winner. That definitely comes through with the menu. So if you like meat, if you like fish, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you won't be disappointed with the options that were on the menu.
Things would come out of the kitchen and you would be surprised at how things look.
They really go above and beyond with the presentation. And you gotta give a shout out to the pastry chef, Amanda, just to feel so inclusive because it was a Pride themed dessert platter.
Oh my God.
So what you have is an Oreo trifle, a Nutella cheesecake, ricotta cheese cannolis, a Snickers trifle, unicorn strawberry, a carrot cake in the shape of a carrot with fried basil, a dulce de leche ice cream cone cheesecake or strawberry, a raspberry white chocolate cheesecake, a skull with a cotton candy afro, and these little animals on their own little amazing race.
Oh my God! How incredible that she took the time to do that and every detail mattered.
One thing that Area 15 does on Fridays is something called Draganza, and we were able to talk to Coco Montrese to hear more about the show.
I'm really glad that we talked with Coco because it really kind of ties in all the elements of what Area 15 is, and it felt very much like an inclusive space because of how eclectic and colorful and flamboyant it was with every exhibit.
My name is Eduardo Cordova, and I own The Garden in Las Vegas. We're open Thursday through Sunday, and every night is a different vibe and it's a different feel. I think that a good show and good music and great atmosphere is the formula for an amazing time for everybody. We were really excited to create a space for the LGBTQ+ community in Las Vegas, right in the heart of the art district in downtown Las Vegas. For me, it's been a 12-year process to get here. So when we were all ready to open in March, 2 days before we opened, it was the whole shutdown and the whole world was paused. So it was a scary time for those 3 months. We opened last year on May 22nd when the governor said the restaurants could open. I feel that the community here in Las Vegas was yearning for something like this where we have indoor, outdoor, non-smoking venue and something that we could really be proud of. When we finally opened our doors, I didn't know if there was anybody that was gonna show up because it was weird for me to say come out when everybody was telling people to stay home. But since the first day that we opened our doors, we were reservation only and limited space only. We were booked every day that we were open, and every day since then we managed to stay open. So I'm really happy about that. The gay bar has always been and will always be a safe place for our youth and for LGBTQ+ people to feel safe and free. So I think that's really important, and that gives me hope
I'm really glad we had the opportunity to meet with Eduardo and hear more about the Garden Las Vegas.
Because LGBTQ spaces are so important for people trying to figure themselves out, and this is the perfect place to do it.
I'm so excited to come back later tonight for the show.
And have a few of their signature cocktails.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You are never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you. So dangerous, I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. You're so different.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope that we inspired you to get back out there whenever you're ready.
Las Vegas was such a fun city to explore, and if you have any fun trips coming up, let us know in the comments below.
For more information on LGBTQ+ travel destinations, visit outtraveler.com.